why we are meeting every week. We are meeting every week to discover our real nature. And second goal is to bring an end to the suffering. These are the two goals that we have. The two goals. But why it does not happen instantly? Yeah, here and comes. Why it
Yeah,
does not happen instantly? You get married, so you have a baby the next day. After all, the knowledge is realized in stages. It takes time. You have to allow the knowledge to settle in the intellect to be realized by the mind. And a very practical answer that we are married to stress suffering. How? We have lot of blame and complaint and craving, etc. in our life. We have all impressions accumulated in the mind. It takes time. So when it will happen, knowledge is realized in stages. It will happen. You remove all the impurities of the mind today, it will happen today. It will happen today. There were a couple of teachers. It happened to them at the age of 13 and 14 and 16 years. They became great masters. It can happen anytime. You drop the identification with all blame, complaint, reaction, anxiety in your mind today, and it will happen today. How to recognize it? Should you come to me? No. But how to recognize it? So I was, in the morning, I'm repeating the same statement in a different way. What happens? You are learning and listening, you are contemplating and reflecting, you are doing the practice regularly without any break. The time comes, there is a spark, a ray of light deep inside your heart. You see that ray of light and a spark 24 by 7. And that prevents you to become emotional dependence, that prevents you to blame and complain, that prevents you to react. It dissolves the ego. Oh, so do you mean to say spark of light? So we have a generator set in the heart? No, no, it has nothing to do with electric light. Light, light is on, so I see the light. No, no. That light is a symbolic expression that you move into a higher awareness, higher consciousness. That higher consciousness is above the mind. You are sleeping and still that consciousness is there. You lie down, you are working, you are talking, you are thinking, and every time that supports you the calmness and peace. That is known as awakening. So symbolically we say spark and the ray of light. It has nothing to do. It is not that you close your eyes and you start seeing the light. Did you understand that? It's not an electric light. If it is an electric light, then it is very easy. Then why to talk and why to listen, why to attend the session? That spark, that love, that awareness, or you can say the something within you prevents you, withdraws the mind. You want to live. That spark says, no, I want to live in peace. There's blame and complaint and reaction, and the ego will cause problem to me. No, I don't want to maintain that. that means you have succeeded. It will never leave you. You have an extreme pain, it never leaves you. That spark smiles within and makes you realize you are not the body. Take care of the body. Don't get upset. Here, honey, huh? Here, honey is angry. You say, okay. That spark says, oh, let me learn endurance. Let me learn endurance, patience. No, he or she is my honey, so I love him or her. Finished. Oh, I also become angry sometimes, so he also became. That's okay. That spark gives you that wisdom. And if you follow that spark, the life becomes beautiful. Until then, we have to continue. So you understood that, it is something like you are suffering from a particular sickness, you go to the doctor, they prescribe you medicine, you continue taking medicine. So once the sickness is gone and you have an extra pills, you throw it or you continue taking it. You throw it. It's done. I've been treated. So until this illness is treated, we have to continue to take medicine. And this medicine is learning, listening, and practice. So based on your experiences, I personalize and customize the session every week. So ignorance is the disease, knowledge is the medicine. Knowledge is realized in stages. By learning these principles, we understand those principles. Practice helps the mind to remove the impurities, and ultimately that spark is awakened. You cannot check, in a laboratory. There, what is that spark? Let me understand. Let me do the X-ray. It is a state of consciousness. Did you understand? Say yes, even if you don't, because I'm recording, so you can listen to it again. so, so, so the fundamental aspect, our master says, learn how to relax deeply, how to instantly move into the state of calmness before you deal with any situation, person, or condition in the world. Why? So our master says, when you are in the state of relaxation, a conscious state of relaxation, I'm not talking of physiological relaxation. You can relax by taking the pill. We know we have ecstasy pills. So here the Eastern wisdom says it is a conscious relaxation experience. I'm consciously experiencing. Ecstasy pills brings your consciousness down. It's habitual. So when you live into that state of relaxation and a calmness, it raises your self-awareness. One. It drops the emotional dependence on the mind. Mind discerns and moves to dispassion. You have a clarity, the intellect has come, and it prevents the paralysis of the intellect. You are ready to go. So I would urge and request you never leave the practice even on a single day. Why you leave the practice? Because you are busy. Why you are busy? You are adding more stress and suffering in your life, and you don't have a time to practice. Ask your intellect. Reflect on this. This journey is going to help me to reach to the permanent peace and happiness. What is at stake outside? What is at stake? Nothing. So, unless the intellect knows and realizes and recalls in the mind that the peace and happiness are not located in the world of people, place, situation, and condition, then only you will be regular. But if that knowledge is not there, then you will not do it. Then we have many excuses. Many people write to me today, no, in Mondays and Thursdays, no, I have I have an acute headache, so I'm not attending your session. Did you not go to the kitchen to prepare a cup of tea? Did you not go to the restroom? Did you not sitting in the living room and watching the TV? Is attending the session is more difficult than cooking, preparing a tea, going to the restroom and watching the TV? I, you see how simple it is. But I don't say. I said, okay, oh, you have a headache, take care of yourself. Huh? Hammer your head so that your headache will go away. Unnecessary. We are living in ignorance, and that is why we do not understand, we do not want to understand. What is the reason? That is emotional dependence. I'm giving you the few bites about it. So, regular practice, daily listening and learning, then contemplation and reflection, asking your mind that am I worthy of suffering? And the answer is big no. The moment your mind has an element of emotional dependence, then what it says, mind says, you have a headache. How can you attend meditation? How can you do the practice? The way you breathe, the way you go to the kitchen and prepare a cup of tea, the way you cannot hold, uh, you have to go to the restroom, the way you start watching the horror movies. So to become a seeker is little really tough. Once we are a seeker, ah, then you prevent the intellect to get paralyzed by the mind. And once that is done, you live into a higher awareness. And when you live into higher awareness, then you know how to deal with these simple challenges and the problems in day to day life. I'm not saying you should agree, you should think, contemplate, and reflect. I have never missed my own practice in the morning and before going to the bed. Perhaps maybe once in a year because I fell into sleep. So this intellect is paralyzed. We have an emotional dependence that takes over our intellect, our wisdom, our state of calmness and relaxation. If we understand it, it means first understand the world outside. The world outside consists of three things: place, location, time. Two, object. Object includes people and places, people and objects, any object. That is the world. So all the three creates a particular situation. I am person, you all are person. Computer is there, event is there, situation is there. That is what is known as a live session. And at a particular time. Only work consists of only three things, three categories. Object, that includes any object, plus people, time, and location, place. The wall is an object, it does not change, but my mind colors this wall with its own image. It creates an image. I see you all, my mind colors all the three person depending on your attitude, behavior, personality, responses. So what I think about you is created by the mind. Are you understanding? You are independent. No, just for example, don't mind it because you all are wonderful. But if my mind says that you are crazy, so you remain wonderful, you don't become crazy. It's my perception. Yeah? Charlie missed it. So, Charlie, I was saying that Charlie will remain Charlie whether I say you are wonderful or crazy. That is my projection. That is my projection. So that projection has to do with an emotional dependence. So outer world, inner, mental, thinking or creating an image or creating an opinion, a judgment, etc. Unnecessary judgment. It's not required. But we create. So two things. And when the two merge, ego is created, and that is a false ego. And that false ego creates all the problems in our life. It does not exist, but still falsely. And that false I is constantly fed by the cycle during the day with our behavior, with our attitude, with our wrong notion, and we find intellect is paralyzed. We live with an emotional you live with an emotional dependence, then your honey is crazy. You minus emotional dependence, the honey is a simple honey. He or she doesn't create any problem. Why? Because my mental coloring is not there. Did you understand? Who says, tell me, who says that I am the worst guy in the world? Who says? No one says. Then who am I to blame anyone? It's my coloring. I color the mind. How I color? By emotion, by feeling, by expectation, by likes and dislikes. Are you understanding? So when I question why I do this, unnecessary. And I tell you, my friends, once you stop this, even for a single day, you will experience a sense of liberation and the freedom in the world. You don't want to go back. No, no, no. Can you give me an example? Yes, I can give you a simple example. I hope that you all stand before the mirror and look into the mirror. And if the mirror is all okay, means perfect mirror, it's neither concave and convex mirror, then you see your image identical. Is it true? When you stand before the mirror, the mirror image is identical with you. Clear? I'm giving an example of the false eye. When you stand before the mirror, or when you look into the mirror, if the mirror is all right, then you have an identical image in the mirror. Clear? Identical means same. Your image in the mirror and you both are same. That is why we use the word identical. No, but what you want to say, which one is real and which one is image? Outside the mirror, you are real. Inside the mirror, it is a fake. One is real and other is unreal. What do you want to say? False eye is a fake image. Based, depends, created on the emotional dependence, on the strong likes and dislikes. I'm not able to discern, I'm not able to separate the two. Why? Emotional dependence, projection. Then what? God is suffering. That takes the time. As long as you keep that notion, wrong notion, when you say wrong notion, when you react, when you have an anger, when you have an hesitation, when you have a stress, when you say that, I'm fed up, when you are frustrated and a failure, it is only that image is frustrated, not you. You have to recognize that. Are you getting it? You cannot go into the stress, suffering, blame, complain, reaction. It is only the mirror image. Because I'm not able to separate it, so I'm suffering. Enjoy suffering. Live in ignorance. How many times you were upset during the last session? That will tell you how many times that mirror image was claimed as a real I. That causes you the suffering. That is why how many times you blamed and complained and upset and reacted. Are you recollecting? Last week, how many? Did you understand what I said? Mirror image is unreal, even though outside you is a real. That is the way the master teaches us.